Morning, Dandy.
It's not every day that you wake up with enough energy to film your morning. The key here is that I am making my morning of study much easier to get through by satisfying some of my creative sides.
Oh, you don't want to get up yet? That's okay, you don't have to get up yet.
It's a good morning, and I know one day I'll look back at these days of my life and be happy that my younger self took the time to capture, document, and creatively curate such an involved form of media. This is just a morning in the life of a grad student. Though I am happy with my current position in life, I will say there is an inherently sad and draining quality to grad school. But I am motivated by knowing I will soon gain access to jobs that better support my preference to not be rushed in life, to spend hours being creative, and to keep the focus on myself. Keeping the focus on myself and not a job will further aid me in keeping my relationships happy and healthy. In other words, grad school ain't all that bad. Most mornings start off with taking care of my skin, making coffee, and tending to my pup. Today was a particularly early morning, so she chose to keep sleeping while I did my thing. And although I felt a little nauseous since it was so early and knew I would need a power nap later, things felt pretty good. If you're curious, I'm actually in business school right now. It's quite a change from having studied music, but the goal here is to use my skills for good and serve nonprofits, to serve my own goals in life, and also just offer financial insight to my loved ones. We're first generation and are set out to not work ourselves into oblivion, because that's not what life is about. Rather, the goal is to work toward easy sustainability that doesn't solely rely on any single employer to keep you on the hook. So naturally, the knowledge will be helpful. This pour-over is ready to go. I am procrastinating a little bit here by washing some dishes. I usually save chores as an activity to break up reading blocks using the Pomodoro method. But since I am just getting into this new quarter, I'm letting myself stay a little unstructured.
Morning. Good morning. Yay. Good morning.
I aim to only have 3 days of study for every week of this quarter, in part because I'll need to be more organized since I'll be picking up work again, but also because I hate being unavailable on weekends when I already have to be unavailable due to night classes. I mentioned the Pomodoro method earlier. I honestly don't think I follow or understand it to a T, but I basically force myself to read in 25-minute increments and take 5 to 7-minute breaks for the first 3 breaks. Then I take a longer 30 to 45-minute break after my 4th block. After that, I usually just brute force it through the remainder of whatever class I have to do readings for, and that will usually last about an hour and a half. I don't know if anyone can relate to considering reading as something that requires brute force, but that's honestly how tiring it is for me. The sun is decently high up now, so to break up the intense study, it's time to take Dandy on an extra long walk. These help me physically relax, which is crucial since reading makes me feel tense. Walks also make my puppy a happy girl, and they also just feel really good on my mental health. It helps me to remember I am a small human indeed, and stressors like study, finances, and time management are all silly little products of societal expectation. I can relax. I'm hoping for a stronger school term this time around. I definitely felt the pressure of stress build up to a point last quarter that I wasn't able to enjoy or think about much else. My dreams often consisted of study material. My tendinitis got bad from the extra writing in my study sessions. I'm not a huge fan of studying with typed notes, and although I was still able to stay on top of sleep, workouts, and my home life, I was not making videos, and it made me feel sad. Here's to a stronger quarter, not in terms of studying and the grades, but in terms of my actual life and the things that matter most. I've just gotten home from our walk. It's 9 a.m. now, so I just need to get back to studying, which isn't very exciting. But on the flip side, I just realized Dandy's playing. I just realized I've been using my camera wrong, meaning while my camera has had a microphone on it or a wireless microphone attached, I haven't actually reaped the rewards of not only spending on those microphones, but using those microphones. So hopefully going forward, things will just sound better. Let's continue our morning. I ended up getting a mocha from my husband's work earlier. I like just saying hi whenever I can. This one was half sweet and extra hot, of course. And random bit, but I have a terrible habit of reheating my coffee at least 3 times per cup. I need it to be near scalding in order to properly enjoy it. Dandy has officially taken over my spot. I've been trying to get her to leave the room all day, and it took me leaving to the restroom for her to actually come out. I don't know what that means other than she must hate me. Love you, Dandy. Alright, so it's officially noon, which means my morning is over. I am still working on reading, but overall it's been a really successful morning. I got to do my long walk with my pup. Got to see my husband at his work, got to see him during his break, since he usually comes home for that. And I also applied for an internship for summer of 2026, which means for something 18 months away, which sounds crazy, but that's just kind of how the industry is. Either way, I'm pretty happy with my morning. I do have a lot of reading to do still. I'm such a slow reader, which has made grad school a little bit interesting. But this has been a morning as a full-time graduate student. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, go enjoy your life.